You hear the same types of horrifying stories about life inside hardcore satanic cults from those who've gotten out. Tonight in part 3 of our Eyewitness Extra, The Devil Among Us, Jilda Unruh talks with 2 South Florida women who say they bore babies for satanic sacrifice.
That's right, Dwight. We were introduced to these women by 2 Broward Sheriff's deputies who specialize in Satanism. The women we'll call Jane and Janice are not only telling their stories to us, but at local seminars, hoping to educate the public and at the same time heal their deep emotional and physical scars. We should warn you, what Jane and Janice have to say is very graphic and very disturbing.
What have you done to it? What have you done to its eyes?
The movie was Rosemary's Baby. It was a shocking 60s film about the birth of the son of Satan, born into a fictional New York City coven. Yet even more shocking are the stories that are being told today about real satanic covens, diabolical, secretive, well-organized generational covens.
I'm multi-generational. I was what they called a lifer, which meant I was born into it and I was raised in it. I was used as a breeder. I was a child of hell. I was a bride of Satan.
When I was 4 years old, they started using me as an altar child, which means they placed me on the altar and performed all sorts of sexual acts upon me.
Their stories are almost identical. 2 South Florida women who claim to have been viciously abused by their families' covens. Women who say that as very young girls, they were put to use as breeders, impregnated for sacrificial purposes.
You mean you actually witnessed these baby sacrifices? Were you ever forced to do that?
I witnessed and I also took part in the sacrifices of the babies. They instructed me to peel the skin off of my child, which I did. They instructed me to start eating him, which I did. And then I split his neck.
My father gave me a kitchen table coat hanger abortion at knife point, and he found what he was satisfied was the embryo, and they crushed it up and used it in youth serum.
The grotesque practices of traditional Satanists and their rituals include such things as the Black Mass, considered the ultimate ritual to Satan.
Essentially, the Black Mass perverts the liturgy of the Roman Catholic Mass, culminating in a blood sacrifice and is followed by an orgy. It's celebrated at least once, but no more than 4 times a year, and always during a full moon.
Satanic rituals, especially those involving human sacrifice, mandate they be held in hidden and isolated areas. Janice says she remembers coming to this site in Plantation for non-sacrificial rituals.
And I always knew what I was going to have done to me by the number of candles that I counted before I even got on the altar.
I mean, they could torture me all they wanted to. I didn't care. It's fine. Just kill me. I'm miserable anyway. I wanted to die. I thought the ones that were killed were lucky.
Jane and Janice tell me they escaped their covens years ago. However, both now realize that emotionally, there is never any escape from Satanism.
The nightmares, the pain, it's a lot to deal with.
I do believe they'll kill me. That's one of my fears in life, and a second fear that I have is of myself. I tend to mutilate myself. I still cut myself and harm myself, burn myself because of what I did to those children. I can't see myself ever forgiving myself for that.
Except for their own emotional trauma and physical scars, these women can't prove the crimes they told us about because there simply isn't any evidence. In satanic sacrifice, there seldom is. Tomorrow night, mysterious crimes linked to Satanism and what your local police and the FBI have to say about them. That's tomorrow night at 11.
Well, Jilda, if Jane and Janice escaped years ago, why did they wait so long before telling anybody what happened?
Well, you have to understand that within these covens, they use mind control and brainwashing to keep people who are there unwillingly. We heard horrible, horrible things about torture, starvation, sleep deprivation, drugs were used. And you have to understand, too, that these are little girls. They don't know that everybody's home isn't like this. And furthermore, who would believe them if they went and told? Who believes them now?
Thank you, Jilda. And